Hi there, we're looking at the AVAX chart at my background, and so 1 week has passed and let's look at what the charts are telling us after like the crazy weekend, the massive drop. So quickly, the weekly view, we're still at the post automatic rally stage. This is the automatic rally, and if you have been following, or if you just take a quick look on the left hand side over here, after the automatic rally there will be more tests, may it be called second test or just test. Similar sense back in, I don't want to drag this tag, it's here. So you see here, after selling climax we had the automatic rally and then eventually more tests over here. So I can comfortably drag this test over here. So there can be one test or multiple tests. It all depends on the market demand. So if there's sufficient demand, then obviously this cycle would be shorter. Or if the big players they believe there are more people that they can scare out of the market and giving out whatever they have on hand, so that the big players can scoop in a bunch of those. They'll do it, so there will be more tests, and then over here, we know if this is going to happen, there will be ups and downs. So around this range, so this key support level, this blue line over here that I've drawn like in the previous sessions, it's around $16.70 roughly. You know, it's always a range, I always mention this. So it's never one single number, so it's relevant because there are so many market players, so they won't agree on the same exact price. It's always a range. So say somebody is comfortable with $16.60, somebody 55 cents, somebody 65 cents. So it's always, even if it's a narrow range, or like the resistance line, it's not a solid one number kind of thing. So back to here. First support level, second is around $10.30 roughly. That's taken from the 2023-22 accumulation cycle. So these two key support levels, and then if we go up, if the price go up, what's the resistance level? So there's one over here. If we look at the SOS over here, and also a bunch of candles and tests, if I were to draw a line, that's where it is. So this is around $20.80, and let's give it a yellow maybe. Let's keep this line over here. If the price really can go further up, like around the automatic rally level, that's roughly $24.80. So you see this support, these area, there seems to be some kind of agreed, or like yeah, let's put it this way, simpler, agreed level, or that many people trading AVAX seems to say, okay, $25 maybe. Yeah, that's why they were fighting over there for a while before the price eventually dropped, and then the automatic rally rose to that level as well. So that's one immediate resistance level after the yellow line. So that's the big picture in terms of Wyckoff, and then also the resistance and support levels. What about the daily chart? Any particular trend over here? So I haven't drawn that box you usually see in my other sessions, so let's add it back now. After drawing this box, we see, even though like after 7 days of drop, let me enlarge it so mobile users can see it clearer, the downward trend is still there. So in my other sessions I always mentioned the interesting thing about combination of the box as well as the support or resistance levels, because currently you see the price seems to find support at this blue line at around $16.50. That was extended from here in previous sessions. So don't ask me how long I've drawn this already. It's one of the previous weeks when I went through with like everybody here. If you're new, you can go back and check those videos. Basically, this is the case. It probably would. So there are three scenarios, right? One, if I put this over here and then make my head bigger. So there are three scenarios. One, over here, it can continue to rise and hit this top edge of the box at around maybe $19.80 roughly, depending on which day it goes up to. Because if it goes earlier, it can rise higher to $20 as well. If it do it like today or tomorrow, it can rise as high as $20 ish. However, if it goes further down the line, that means there may not be that many people willing to FOMO in to buy the dip. So that's why there's like, oh, it's going sluggish, and then eventually when it kind of reaches the top edge of the box, like these, it will be tested. So if there aren't sufficient demand to break outside of this box, or like the bullish flag, whatever you call it, I call it playground zone. So if it doesn't have sufficient demand to push the price beyond the field, so the playground zone, you've got 4 lines around it, not enough force to like kick the ball outside of the boundary, then it will bounce back, right? So when it bounces back, one scenario we talked about, it broke outside. Scenario 2, it bounced back. And for this, the two based on the bounce back is, one, people are really panicking and the price poked through this blue line over here and eventually test the bottom edge of the box. That's scenario 2, yeah. Scenario 3, it went up, comes back down, and finds support again at this level, and however, because of a low demand, it crawls along this horizontal line and eventually reaches the corner or near the corner of this triangle, like the box combined with the support line. Then there's one thing is it must happen is breakout, but depending on which one it breaks, right? Either the top edge of this box, meaning a new trend will be formed, and then the next one is obviously it continues to follow this downward trend. Then obviously it means it has broken this support line, and basically there's not much reference since 2020, late 2023 at that level. So late 2023 was already above the support line. So we have to go back to all the way to the 2022-23, like mid 2023 kind of like price levels, right? So that will, well, obviously there are more support lines, say around this $14 roughly, 14, and then $12 before it eventually goes down to like $10.30. So that's this picture for Avalanche for now in terms of the daily chart. So still within the downward trend. Let's wait for it to break out maybe somewhere around mid next month, like late first week or middle of next month. That's it for Avalanche. I'll move on to the next one, and that's Stella. See you there.